Afternoon, welcome to the Warren County Tourism meeting of November 8th. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the September 19th minute. Mr. Dickinson, Mr. Stroud, anybody have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. We're going to go right into the action agenda, just to let everybody know we got 15 minutes, so Joanne's got a couple of things that she wants to bring up to you.
Actually, just one resolution on the agenda, and that is for Tanya to travel into the new year for her Motor Coach International and Group Tour shows.
My bad. I got it.
Made a
So
motion
there's
on that?
a list of Tanya shows that was along with your agenda packet, and if you have any questions about the shows, Tanya can
I was just
answer
going to
some of those.
mention, just quickly, you know, not only, I guess my big pitch would be that the importance of the DMO to be able to travel to trade shows throughout the year, not only for the obvious reason, which is to promote the county and cultivate the relationships with the tour operators, but the fact that there's 87 businesses out there that actually rely on me to travel to these trade shows in order for them to receive the leads. So I think I mentioned last month that we're going to cut out some of the group leader shows and really concentrate more on the tour operator side of things, the business to business. We're going to cut out the consumer. They're more about exhibiting and distributing material. So the 7 shows that I'm going to attend this year, in comparison to the dozen that I did last year, are going to concentrate on domestic tour operators, Canadian and international. There's a big push for international clients coming into New York State. So I didn't plan on going into all of the shows that I'm going to attend, but if anybody has questions about the 7 shows that I'm going to attend, they can certainly come down to the office or they can ask me now.
Well, last time you were questioned on this, you gave a rather elaborate whole line of thought and reasoning, you know, and rationale behind all these,
Mhm.
and that, you know, brings business to the area and so forth, and it's an outreach program, and, you know, we're alive and well up here in Lake George and Warrensburg. I'm sorry, Gene.
No, that's fine.
And so, you know, I still remember that. It's still fresh.
Good.
All right.
Well, not only, you know, to promote ourselves, but there's a lot, I can't tell you how many calls that I get around this time of year for people asking me, what shows are you going to attend? Because they rely on that to either decide to make their decisions in their marketing. You know, do I want to attend ABA, or are we going to let the county come back and distribute those leads to us? It saves them money. So I have been getting calls from, you know, group-friendly attractions and dining and our hoteliers saying, you know, what is your roster of shows, so that I can kind of see where I'm going to, you know, strategize my group tour marketing for the year. So it's important to them as well.
Okay, any other questions? I need a motion. Mr. Stroud,
Make
Ms.
the
Fraser, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. All right, let's see. Before I open to the public, Ms. Hannaford got me this about 10 minutes ago and begged me for 5 minutes, and I'm going to hold her to it because I want to keep on schedule. She wants to give you a report of what's been going on through her organization and the chamber and the CVB board. So I thought it was important to let her talk.
Afternoon, audience. Definitely pass some things around. We go together as one.
Joanne, you said you had one more thing? Could do it just before the holidays.
Thank you. I will take 5 minutes or less. I talk fast.
I'm clocking you.
Thanks, Gene. Thank you very much, everybody, for giving me a few minutes. I know there's been a lot of talk about tourism lately, so I want to give you a brief overview of what we've been up to in the CVB. So we haven't really met and talked a little bit since August. Before you actually have an outcomes one-pager that I want to kind of highlight a few things for you that what we've accomplished so far this year. We've booked 21 new events, meetings, conventions, and sporting events, 2017 through 2019, resulting in 6,120 new room nights with a minimal economic impact of $1,771,189.20. And as of November 7th, that was yesterday, I'm actively working on 14 pending events coming in at an estimated 4,536 potential new room nights for an economic impact of approximately $1,312,763.76. During this year, I attended 10 trade shows. I had 483 sales calls and one-on-one appointments, resulting in 7 confirmed bookings from 2017 to 2020 and over 34 pending and active leads being pursued in sports, meetings, conventions, and special events. A lot of great success stories for this year. Happy to report the first-year events such as Rock Maple Racing. Snowmobile competition will be coming back hopefully next year, looking very good. Hemmings Concours d'Elegance car show coming back. We've had some great luck recently with lacrosse. Primetime Lacrosse will be coming back to Golden Goal, as well as some new events. In addition, sports continue to be a major focus of our office, so we will continue to increase those economic impacts. And we're working with local sports venues to actively bid on larger scale sporting events, such as the New York State Public High School Association Championships, Paddles for Paradise, Farm to Fork Fondo, a biking event, Pro Watercross, U.S. Field Hockey, U.S. Trail Runners Association, Winter Special Olympics, AAU basketball, fishing tournaments, and marathon swim competition. Working with local venues such as Golden Goal, Glens Falls Civic Center, Adirondack Sportplex, and Kingpin Bowling to help bring new sporting events and support existing tournaments with room solicitations, RFPs, event marketing, and promotion. So just wanted to give everybody sort of a brief overview. I know I only have 5 minutes, but I felt that it was important that we share this data and this information with you so that you can see the economic impact of what our offices are bringing to the area. These aren't small numbers, and by far we will continue to work hard to bring new groups, events, meetings, and sports to the region and to highlight our assets in the markets surrounding us that we work in. We work with meetings, conventions, sports, special events, social, military, education, fraternal and religious groups, MICE, which are meetings, incentive, convention and event, association, and corporate groups. So we're responsible for creating the public awareness for these groups, serve as the region's regional official DMO, actively recruit and solicit new business to increase economic opportunities, and we book events that will continuously feed the economic engine of this area. So I hope that you can at least see some of the economic impact that we've made over the course of the last year, and hopefully we'll keep doing that going forward. There's my 5 minutes.
Did well.
Thank
Got
you.
about a half a minute to go.
All right.
Anybody have a
Any
question or
questions?
something
Half a
for
minute.
Kristen? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Kristen. You mentioned we've talked about the sports aspect of the area. You mentioned the lacrosse tournament at Golden Goal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Could you give us a little bit more insight as to what Golden Goal can bring to the area?
Actually, Mark Shearer is here actually from Golden Goal, so he could actually talk a little bit about his facility. I mean, it's a phenomenal facility. It's been bringing soccer tournaments, lacrosse tournaments now for a while, and they've been doing some amazing business with a lot of potential. Mark actually came down with me to Teams last week, and we met with a number of different rights and events rights holders, had some really great meetings during that week, and we've got some potential new business coming in the next couple of years. So if you will allow just a couple
Yeah,
of
if you want
minutes
to
for Mark
go,
to
you've got a
talk.
few minutes. Yep, I won't cut you off.
I use
Well,
my
thank you very much. I was hoping to grab some time, but to be invited up is unbelievable. Thank you so much. Mark Shearer, been running Golden Goal now for 3 years. Golden Goal last year had 21,000 visitors come to our tournaments. Now, I would say if you factor in some of the tournaments are more local, but some of them attract people from Canada, Maryland, I would say about 3/4 of them stayed in hotels and gave came here, spent money, attractions, things like that, restaurants. Altogether, we had 32,000 people come to the site. Last week I was at Teams. Teams is a coming together of all the major events in the country and all of the cities that want to host these events. And they bring in experts for meetings and education, things like that. So one of the trips was to Disney. Everybody knows Disney, right? The biggest brand, number 3 brand in the world. Now, when you got to Disney's Wide World of Sports, you arrive. Has anyone been there before, to the Wide World of Sports? Okay. I think they have 30 fields, soccer fields. We got off the bus, and they're building a 100,000 square foot gymnasium. They already have 2 gymnasiums of 50,000 square feet and 50,000 square feet. Why is the number one tourist attraction in the world building fields when they have 5 theme parks and they have 2 water parks, which everybody and the kids wants to go to? The reason is, in 1999, Disney, way ahead of the curve, realized that sports tourism was the future. These events that kids are in, these teams that kids are in, now the traditional vacation is going away. And what's being replaced is everybody's kids are involved in a sport, serious about a sport, and are going to major sports destinations. And what they're doing is, they're saying, wow, I'm in Lake George, what a great destination, okay? I'll stay for the tournament, but I'm going to stay an extra 3 or 4 days because it's a great place to be. So my question for you guys is, when we go to these events, and I sit in the bar and I talk to a guy from the Poconos who does Christian's job in the Poconos, and I ask him, how's it going with you? And he tells me, we're focusing on like marathons and Ironman and stuff like that. Oh, okay, how's your budget? Oh, we have a $10 million budget for sports. And he says, what do you guys have? I said, I don't really know, but I think we're pushing for a $300,000 budget or a $750,000 budget. And to be honest, he laughed at me in a nice way. He said, you guys can't compete. I said, well, we're trying. So my question for you is, you have a sports facility which was privately funded, privately built, right here. You have a tourism industry that is going towards sports. How can we work together, whether it's through education, to explain what's going on, how can we work to bring more groups here? The easiest way to do it is to take events. Our facility is much better than anything in the Northeast. It's superior. The event companies want to come here, and they want to deliver events that are already attracting 60, 70, 80 teams. It's just a matter of taking it from one location and placing it here. But to do that, we need some help, we need some funding, because these people are pretty savvy, and now they know that they're bringing $3-4 million an event to your community. So guess what? They're saying, do we have to pay a fee to rent your facility if we're bringing all this money? So that's why I came here today, introduce myself. I hope my little pitch will help, but I would love to create some kind of committee or be involved in the work Kristen is spearheading and everybody else to say, okay, let's look at the sports tourism. Let's see the impact, and let's see why every major city is investing in sports. I went through the different booths at the convention. Guess who I saw? Caribbean Cruise Lines or Norwegian Cruise Lines. Why is Norwegian Cruise Lines at this event to talk to event organizers? Bizarre to me. So I asked the lady, she says, we want to bring teams and events to our ships because we can drop people off at port and arrange sports competition for them. Just like we go on scuba diving tours, just like we go on, you can see the waterfalls. So if Norwegian Cruise Lines are doing it, if Disney is doing it, if everybody else is doing it, I feel, and obviously I have a vested interest in this, is what are we doing to bring this to our region?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Right. Tanya, do you want to do that, Tam?
Sure.
All right, I got two more minutes.
Actually, and
Something that Tanya's been working on, and
to kind of dovetail, what we're just talking about, new emerging markets. The international market is something that I'm going to be focusing on a little bit more for 2018. Last week we just did a big seminar up in North Creek at Tannery Pond, and we had a really great turnout for those stakeholders, not only in Warren County, but also up north from us, all the way up to Tupper Lake, for attractions and lodging partners that are recognizing that it is an emerging market and how they can get on board to, greet these international visitors that are going to be coming to us. Right now, obviously, New York City is a big draw, but there's more and more not doing just the big cities like Niagara Falls. They are kind of infiltrating into our area. So we did put together a little seminar. It was really well attended. Jean came, and I think we're just going to play on the momentum of sports is great, and it's an emerging market, and groups are still doing really well, and the international market is going to expand as well. So we just need to keep at these different niche markets that are coming our way.
tell them what the name of it is. going north?
Go north.
Okay. All right, anybody else? We're just into 2 minutes overtime, so I'd like to move on. Motion,
One quick comment. Is there any way in the future you could allow more than 15 minutes to talk about tourism?
well, we usually do, but it just
Okay.
happened the way this, that's,
Request for future
yeah.
meetings. If you
Thank
could,
you.
Give tourism more time.
appreciate it. Motion adjourned, Mr. Stroud?
Well, I'll make that motion to adjourn, but I just want to mention that I've been watching Kristen. She's high energy, and she's got done some great things and got a lot of things in the hopper, and I don't see that energy waning, and I just want to congratulate her and keep up the good work.
Need more money.
And
All
we'll
right.
get you some more money.
Motion, I got a second. Mr. Dickinson, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, meeting closed, thank you.